Hey everyone. Okay. Sorry, did you just see that fly? I'm sorry. Okay, well, this is what you get when it's unedited because I'm still trying to figure out how to edit this stuff. Okay, so this is part 2 of my recovery journey. So as y'all can tell, I'm in a little better mind space today, so that is a blessing in itself. But where I left off was when I had my oldest son. I can't say enough good things about that child. I really can't. Of course, he disappoints me like any other child does, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I have his back like no other. I have his back where my parents didn't have mine, and that makes a difference. I'm sorry, this fly undoubtedly really wants to get in this video. So I had Dakota, and I just really lost touch of reality. You know how a lot of parents say, well, at least I was present. Oh yeah, I was present. You can ask my niece, my nephew, you can ask both my kids. When it was time for birthday parties or something like that, Mom always showed up. But I was high. Every single time. But I always outdone myself on the birthday parties, the get-togethers, the stuff like that, because I thought that that's what mattered, and it really didn't. All he wanted was my time, and I failed to give that to him. So, let's see. When Dakota was a year old, I met somebody who was extremely older than me. I guess you can say I have daddy issues severely. And he was the dope man. So, of course that worked out. Well, at least I thought it did in my favor. So I was present for Dakota's the first 10 years of his life. I was high, but in my mind, I was like, well, I'm here. At least I'm doing something my parents wasn't doing. I was justifying the situation. So, there was an incident that happened, and I'm not going to get into exactly what the incident was on here. If you know me personally, maybe you know, but if you don't, then I just don't feel comfortable telling it right now. Maybe one day I will, but right now it's just not the day. But there was an incident that happened, and I don't think Dakota was even 4 or 5 years old, and needless to say, that was a huge wake-up call for me, but I was still struggling with trying to heal from all the trauma and abuse that I had been through, that I was putting his feelings and his needs and what he truly deserved as a human, I was putting that aside because it was all about me, and I didn't need to feel the way that I was feeling. So after that incident happened, it was kind of a wake up, but at that point I was too mad and angry with God, because I was like, God, you're this God Almighty, you control everything. What did I do at 3 years old to deserve the hell that I went through? It took me a very long time to get over being mad and angry with God, because, you're God Almighty. What did I do? So you put me here on this earth to be abused and neglected and sexually abused every shape, form, or fashion. You put me here for that. Well, if this is what you put me here for, I don't want it no more. Trigger warning. I should have put that probably on all these videos. My bad. Suicide is a real thing, as y'all know on here. It really is. So when Dakota was 1, I met that guy. Well, life really went downhill from there, because I was an addict and I wanted what I wanted and I was going to get it, and I didn't matter who I hurt or what I did in the process. And you can hate me because I say that, but it's the God's honest truth, and I've accepted my responsibility and my role for my actions. I cannot help what happened to me as a child, just like you can't help what happened to you as a child. But when we get old enough to know better, that's when we can choose a different path. I didn't choose that path. I'm 38 years old. Okay? I started doing drugs when I was 10. I'm coming up on 4 years. So really, out of my whole 38 years of being on this planet, 4 years I've only been sober, because the first 10 years I was dealing with so much abuse and everything. I was not in my right mental mind. So I still to this day don't know what normal is. I know that what I feel is a lot better than living in abandoned houses and not eating, and not knowing if you're gonna live or die that night, not knowing whatever the situation is. When we are in addiction, we do some very stupid things. Very stupid things. So I'm going to end it right here, because I know the videos are really long, and I really want to get these videos out there to show that there is hope. There is a life after addiction. The way that I look at it, and you can take this and you can use it as you're saying. As much as I hustled for that drug, and no matter what I had to do to get that drug to feel better that day, that's what I'm doing for my recovery. I don't care what I got to do. They say in recovery, take it day to day. To me, sometimes day to day is way extremely too much. I have to take it second by second. So it's, God, please just get me through this second. God, please get me through this second. Well, the next thing I know, it's the end of the day, and I've made it through the whole day, and I'm still sober. I'm going to end it here. There will be a part 3. So like, share, comment, post, get this video out there. Let's show people that, you don't have to live in hell no more. I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. Please continue the support. I love you all, and I can't wait to share the rest of my journey with you, because you're going to love it.